E aí, Cavalo Festeiro aqui, mais uma vez, e de volta em Alan Wake Remastered, o primeiro jogo remasterizado. E bem, finalmente cheguei na parte final do jogo, né? Estou aqui no episódio 6, a partida. Claro, ainda existem mais 2 episódios extras, né? Que seriam o equivalente a DLC no Alan Wake quando foi lançado lá no 360. Então esses daqui acho que dá pra fazer num único vídeo depois. Seria após o final. O vídeo de hoje, com o título final, aqui no título do vídeo, né, escancarado, final, em letras garrafais, eu vou trazer o episódio 6, a partida, onde nós vamos dar continuidade no modo história, partindo exatamente de onde paramos no episódio anterior, que foi o clique. A playlist de Alan Wake ela está toda no canal, você pode conferir aqui na descrição, onde você vai ir para a playlist que eu criei, onde cada episódio de gameplay foi gravado em vídeos distintos. Então, ao todo, até este momento, temos 5 vídeos gravados, sendo esse aqui o número 6, com o final do Alan Wake 1. Quando que vai ter Alan Wake 2? Quando eu senti vontade de jogar. Eu vi os trailers, vi que já lançou, vi gameplay, foi muitíssimo aclamado, né? Eu comecei a jogar Alan Wake hypado pro 2. Eu falei assim, vou começar a jogar o Alan Wake, aí quando eu terminar o 1, aí eu vou lá e compro o 2 pra jogar. Mas acontece que é questão de gosto, cada jogador tem o seu gosto. Eu confesso que o Alan Wake, principalmente aqui nesses últimos episódios aqui, o 4 e o 5, 3, 4 e 5, eles não me deixaram muito... Não foi muito legal jogar, essa é a verdade, eu não me diverti muito. Então, se eu não me diverti muito com o jogo, pra que eu vou gastar dinheiro comprando 2, né? Dando a sequência. Eu sei que o gameplay muda, o estilo de jogo muda, a gameplay ela tá mais fluida, é uma nova história. Então tem algumas coisas que talvez sejam interessantes. Mas eu vou deixar o tempo passar até para o preço poder diminuir um pouco, ficar mais acessível, né? Acho que no momento o Alan Wake 2 está mais de R$250 aqui no Xbox, pelo menos, onde eu jogo. Então vou esperar um pouco. Talvez lá pro final do ano de 24, início de 25, talvez barateie o jogo e eu consigo comprar e talvez anime de jogar, né? Mas é isso. Alan Wake 2, Alan Wake 1, na verdade, foi legal, a história é o ponto forte do jogo. O gameplay é terrível, é péssimo, é truncado. A jogabilidade é muito ruim. Esse remaster dizem que ele corrige ainda coisas do 360. Então, talvez se eu tivesse jogado lá atrás no 360 eu não teria sentido tanto. Mas é alguma gameplay que ela é muito datada mesmo. Mas jogos de terror geralmente eles são truncados de propósito. Ok, mas você conseguiria... Existem coisas nos jogos de terror, mesmo a jogabilidade sendo truncada de propósito para criar atmosfera de medo, que você pode contornar. A mecânica, por exemplo, de pulo, de salto, de subir nos lugares, não tem nesse jogo. E é algo que poderia ser muito bem adaptado, muito bem criado, sabe? Sim, você sente falta. A mecânica de dash, de você dar um dash, de você correr, eu acho ela um pouco bugada, um pouco estranho demais. Aquela parte quando você atira nos inimigos e causa uma câmera lenta, assim, do nada, isso me tira um pouco a imersão também, eu acho um pouco zoado. A parte do gameplay eu acho que é a parte mais forte, que é interessante porque você sente o impacto de cada arma, cada uma das armas tem um impacto legal. A 12, a pistola, né, o 38, eles têm impacto significativo. Mas eu acho que assim, é isso. O Alan Wake 1, ele datou muito mal. Ele envelheceu muito mal. Talvez seria interessante no futuro a Remedy fazer um remaster do 1 com os controles atuais. Acho que ficaria bem legal, ficaria bem bacana. E assim, o remaster, essa versão que eu tô jogando, ela salva e melhora muito do jogo. Eu ouvi várias resenhas, o pessoal falando, principalmente a parte gráfica, ajuda muito. Bom, chega de enrolação, eu vou seguir pro final do Alan Wake 2, 1. Tô falando, tô com o Alan Wake 2 na cabeça. Vamos seguir pro final do Alan Wake 1, episódio 6, a partida. É isso aí, vamos lá.
Previously on Alan Wake, I wrote a horror story that has come true. Thomas Zane did the same in the 70s.
You will go no further.
If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story. No one will survive.
You knew Zane! Thomas Zane! You're the Lady of the Light in the song!
He left something behind to help me. The clicker.
Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
I can get to her now. I can finish this. I had a hangover. My head was about to explode and the light hurt my eyes. I needed my sunglasses and painkillers to dull the pain. In one of my finer moments of self-deception, I swore to quit drinking.
Ok, voltamos aqui no passado. Nova York novamente. Vamos lá.
The sunglasses made the world look bearable. Now I could keep my eyes open without feeling like a vampire in the sun. The pills worked fast. The prospect of being awake started to seem bearable again.
Isso aqui acontece bastante, né? Quem tem fotossensibilidade aí fica com o olho dolorido. Até dentro de casa às vezes tem que usar óculos escuros, é complicado. Eu compactuo aí dessa situação aí do Alan Wake, entendo muito bem o que ele tá passando. Olha lá, o QR Code ali. O Alan Wake ele é milionário, né, cara? Olha a sacada que ele mora aqui. Tá maluco em Nova York? Esses prédios antigos ainda. Certeza, ricaço. Eu tinha visto da última vez que a gente veio aqui, tinha um monte de caixa bagunçada, ele tava de mudança e tal. Mas o cara é milionário, né?
Doing your career any favors by trying to run your life like that, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harry Gallic Show.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. We have a great show tonight. I've been talking with the best-selling author Alan Wake about his new book, The Sudden Stop.
Esse aí é o Sam Lake, né? É o criador do Alan Wake, dos desenvolvedores do jogo. E essa questão aí de quebrar a quarta parede, de ter show dentro do jogo, aparentemente continua no Alan Wake 2, mas é interessantíssimo o jeito que eles abordam. Aqui a gente tem o programa de TV lá, o Night Springs, né? Que a gente encontra durante as fases. Tem o rádio que você coloca para tocar durante as fases também. Tem livros, páginas do roteiro. É bem interessante o jeito que o Alan Wake aborda essa questão de quebra da quarta parede, né? Durante o gameplay. É bem bacana mesmo.
You selfish bastard, always thinking of yourself. You've certainly given us a lot of entertainment over the years. And now that you mention it, Casey was a gloomy guy. Never had much luck with his love life with the ladies. Was that autobiographical in any way?
Yeah, no kidding. Casey's lady friends tended to die on him. With Casey, it was all about his pain. No, nothing autobiographical about that. I'm a happily married man. My wife is my muse.
Well, congratulations. That's great to hear. So, how's the publicity tour been treating you?
Good. Great. But I gotta say, I'm glad to be back home in New York.
Well, you've certainly been on the news a lot lately. Lots of parties and, you got into a fight with some paparazzi.
Oh, man. Well, that guy was really in my face. I lost my temper. I know that wasn't cool.
You are famous for that temper.
Well, I did also write several books.
Well, your latest novel is called The Sudden Stop, and it's in bookstores now. Go get it. That means the two of you out there who haven't bought it yet. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you tonight. I want to thank all our guests for the evening. Alan Wake, Sam Lake. Once more, do the face for a Sam. And our musical guests, Poets of the Fall. Thank you, and good night.
At least I'd been funny. I told myself I could live with that.
Hey, honey. Did you watch the show?
I didn't say anything stupid, if that's what you want to know.
Okay, Grumpy. You want an aspirin or something?
Are you going to start with me about drinking now?
You know what?
I should have followed
Go
her
back to
advice,
sleep, Alan.
but suddenly I was angry. What? Now you can't even talk to me?
Well, this morning I was angry because you said you'd be home at midnight and you showed up at 7 a.m. and passed out in mid-sentence. Now I'm over it. Are you angry?
This goddamn tour. It's gotten out of hand.
Oh, honey. It's almost over, right? We can get back to normal. Then you can start writing again.
I'm sorry, honey.
Alan, you're not thinking straight. Just take a shower and go back to bed, huh?
Yeah, you're right, honey. I'm sorry. Once this is over, let's go away together. A vacation. Just you and me. Some peace and quiet. Somehow, the clicker was the key to the cabin. I had to return to Cauldron Lake to save Alice. I'm going back to the lake to finish this. I'm going to write an ending to the story in the manuscript on my own terms, to make it all right.
Why can't you just write it here?
The last page is still in the typewriter. I need to read it first. Everything needs to be just right. Zane tried to cut some corners, and it didn't end well.
Okay, ready when you are.
I'm sorry, Sarah, but I need to do this alone. Barry, take her gun. Miss Weaver, close the door when I leave.
Good luck, Al.
See you later. When I got out, it was warm and sunny. I'd flicked the switch of the clicker. Had it done this? I didn't stop to question it. I had to take advantage of the sunlight to get to the lake. On Zane's page, I'd stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, about to use the clicker. That's where I was headed. Alone, in daylight, surrounded by the beauty of the Pacific Northwest landscape. It was hard not to let doubt creep in one last time. I could still chalk everything up to a dream, a delusion. I had enough imagination to make up something like this, having been in the cabin all this time, trapped in a story inside my head, gone mad from grief over Alice's death like Hartman had claimed. There would be no way of knowing. I told myself it didn't really matter. My course was set. The Dark Presence was no longer trying to capture the writer so he could create the ending it wanted. The writer knew too much. He was too strong. And he carried a weapon left behind by Thomas Zane, something that could hurt it. Now, the darkness was doing everything in its power to simply stop the writer from ever reaching Cauldron. Zane cut its heart out, but it didn't die. The thing that wore Barbara's face kept crooning sweet nothings, sugar-laced with poison. He put on the suit, untied the monster from the chair. The thing in his arms thrashed weakly, but he held fast. He stepped outside, off the pier, and into the dark water, a sinking pinprick of light descending toward a bottom that never came. When I told Barry my plan back in the well-lit room, I'd acted as if I knew what I was doing. I didn't. I was operating on the shifting logic of a dream. I had to fight my way to the lake through the horrors of the night. I had to flick an old battered light switch imbued with childhood magic. I had to write a happy ending to a horror story. I had to save my wife from the dark prison she was being held in.
I will never give her to you.
I had to fight my way to the lake through the horrors of the night. I had to flick an old battered light switch imbued with childhood magic. I had to write a happy ending to a horror story. I had to save my wife from the dark prison she was being held in.
I will never give her to you.
I could see Mirror Peak in the distance. That's where Cauldron Lake was. I needed to get the generator running. The dark place I found myself in was unlike anything I could ever have imagined. It wasn't solid. It flowed. It was conceptual and subjective. For someone else, an artist in another field, it would have been very different. I could sense the story of the manuscript all around me, the words and ideas floating in the air, poised to become real. After Zane had gone, I stood alone in the shifting dream that was the dark place. I had to find a way to the cabin. I'd written myself a way through this place in the manuscript. I followed the idea of a path. I'd written myself across the ocean that blocked my way, and with that, there was a bridge to the island beyond. The idea of the cabin flickered in the underwater darkness. I willed the cabin to be real, and it was.
Turn back now. do as you're told. Alice never loved you. You can't win. You can't win. You can't win. You will fail. It's all in your head. Your mechanism.
Hell!
Shh, baby. You were having a bad dream. It was just another nightmare.
No,
Everything's fine. You're home.
it wasn't a dream.
Everything's fine.
Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on!
Shh, baby. The power's out. There's no light. Come back to bed and I'll make you forget all about your fear of the dark.
My fear? It's your fear. Why aren't you afraid? You're not Alice. Turn the lights on now. Where's the clicker? What did you do with it?
Alan, honey, you're still 1 foot in a dream. You're not making any sense. Come back to bed. Alan, you're scaring me now. Come back to bed. Have you taken your pills? Do you want me to call Dr. Hartman? I read your manuscript. It's brilliant. Departure is your best work yet. You're a genius. I'm so proud of you. Come back to bed. We'll talk more about it in the morning. Come back to bed, Alan.
Come back to bed, Tom.
Find your way to the cabin. It stands in your way. It won't let you pass. It has no heart. It's filled with darkness. You must fill its heart with light. Don't mind him. He's Mr. Your friends will meet him when you're gone. Use the clicker.
I'm leaving you.
What?
I'm leaving you, Alan. I met someone. I'm in love with someone else.
Alice? No, what are you saying? You can't...
You don't love me. How could you? You don't even love yourself. All you do is torture yourself with work you can't do anymore.
No, I love you more than anything in the world. You're my muse.
I'm not.
Who are you? What have you done with my Alice?
Alan? What are you doing? Put the light back on. What are you doing, Alan? Stop! Put the light back on!
It wasn't true. Nothing like that had ever happened.
You're not my Barbara.
Tom, I promised to be good. Please, I'm tiny, not bored. I will help you reach your masterpiece. I will love you forever.
No, you're not Barbara Jagger. I made a terrible mistake. I should have never written you back. You came back wrong. Your heart is filled with darkness.
Put that knife away, Thomas. Put it down.
Your heart is filled with darkness.
Now you will never get her back. I am much older than you. Older than your first work of art. I will find a new face to wear. Someone else to dream me free.
I could feel Alice's presence close by. I understood what I had to do now. I knew how to write the ending to Departure. There's light and there's darkness. Cause and effect. There's guilt and there's atonement. But the scales always need to balance. Everything has a price. That's where Zane had gone wrong. There's a long journey through the night back into the light. Alice? Alice? Oh no!
Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. 10. Ground control 9, to Major Tom. 8, 7, 6. Commencing 5, countdown, engines on. 3, 2. Check ignition 1. And may God's love be with you.